The rain had just started to fall over downtown Chicago, painting the streets in silver reflections. The city hummed with its usual rhythm: horns, hurried footsteps, the smell of coffee drifting from corner cafes. And in the middle of that rhythm stood Ethan Cole, a 35-year-old single dad, holding 2 paper cups of hot chocolate and a tiny pink backpack that didn't belong to him. He smiled softly as his 8-year-old daughter, Lila, hopped along the wet sidewalk beside him. "Daddy, do you think Mommy can see us from heaven?" she asked, her voice quiet but clear. Ethan's steps slowed. He knelt, brushing a raindrop or maybe a tear from her cheek. "I think she's proud of us, baby. Especially of you." They were late. He was on his way to his final interview at Skyline Enterprises, one of the biggest real estate firms in Chicago. It was his last shot at getting out of debt and giving Lila a real home again. But life, as always, had a way of testing hearts in the most unexpected moments. The encounter. As Ethan approached the tall glass building, he noticed a young woman struggling at the base of the marble staircase. Her hands shook as she tried to lift a wheelchair folded and heavy up the stairs, while a little boy about Lila's age clung to her coat. People passed by, rushing to avoid the rain. Not one stopped. Ethan didn't even think. He handed Lila her cup. "Hold this, sweetheart." He jogged toward the woman. "Hey, let me help you with that." She looked up, startled, her hazel eyes wide and tired. "Oh, I'm fine, really. I just..." He didn't let her finish. Without hesitation, Ethan lifted the wheelchair, his arm muscles tightening as he carried it up the stairs in one smooth motion. The rain soaked his shirt, but he didn't care. By the time he set it down under the awning, she was looking at him differently, like she hadn't expected kindness today. "Thank you," she said softly. "It's been a morning." Her son tugged her sleeve. "Mommy, is this man a superhero?" Ethan laughed. "Hardly. Just a guy with strong arms and bad timing." She smiled for the first time. "I'm Amelia Brooks," she said, brushing a strand of wet hair from her face. "Ethan," he replied. "Nice to meet you, Amelia." Neither of them knew that in less than an hour, their lives would collide again in a way neither could have imagined. The interview. Ethan and Lila hurried upstairs after saying goodbye. Inside the glass tower, he left Lila with the receptionist and tried to dry his shirt with paper towels from the men's room. "Okay, Ethan," he whispered to his reflection. "You've got this. Smile. Confidence. CEO or nothing." He walked into the boardroom, then froze. At the head of the table sat Amelia Brooks, the woman from the stairs. Her hair was now tied neatly, her wet coat replaced by a tailored navy blazer. The wheelchair was beside her, and a soft, professional smile replaced her earlier exhaustion. She looked up and her eyes widened. "You," she whispered. Ethan's stomach dropped. He tried to find his voice. Didn't he realize?" "Mr. Cole," said one of the executives, smiling. "Meet our interim CEO, Ms. Amelia Brooks." Ethan almost laughed at the irony. The woman he'd helped minutes ago, was about to decide his future. The test. The interview began. Amelia regained her composure quickly, though her heart beat a little faster than she wanted to admit. Ethan's resume wasn't impressive. He'd taken a few years off after his wife passed away, worked odd jobs to stay afloat, and started over from scratch. But when he spoke about leadership, about empathy, about rebuilding trust after loss, everyone in the room listened. His words carried something no MBA could teach: authenticity. When asked how he would motivate a struggling team, he didn't quote a book. He said, "You don't build teams by commanding them, you build them by showing up. By carrying their burdens when they can't. Even if it means getting a little wet in the rain." Amelia blinked, realizing he was referencing their encounter outside. Something stirred in her chest, a feeling she hadn't let herself feel since her divorce 2 years ago. When the meeting ended, the executives filed out, leaving only Amelia and Ethan. She wheeled herself closer to him. "You really don't remember people's names when you help them," she teased gently. He smiled. "I remember kindness. Faces too. But I didn't know you were the one who signs your job offer," she finished, grinning. Second chances. Later that evening, Ethan got the call. He was hired. Not just as a project manager, Amelia had personally promoted him to Chief Operations Officer within weeks, after seeing how he handled people with compassion, not ego. They started working closely. Long hours turned into shared dinners. Shared dinners turned into laughter and quiet moments when neither wanted the night to end. Lila and Amelia's son, Noah, became inseparable. But as the connection deepened, Amelia began to pull back. The closer Ethan got, the more afraid she became. Her ex-husband had left her after her car accident, unable to handle her new reality in a wheelchair. She built walls so high, even kindness scared her. One night, Ethan found her alone in her office, staring out at the rain. "You ever think," he said softly, "maybe life breaks us just enough, so we can fit better with someone else who's a little broken too?" She turned toward him, her eyes glassy. "And what if that someone deserves more than a woman who can't even walk beside him?" Ethan stepped forward and gently knelt beside her wheelchair. "Then maybe walking beside you isn't the point. Maybe I'm just meant to stand with you." Tears fell freely then. It was the first time in years Amelia let herself feel seen, not for what she'd lost, but for what she still was. The twist. Months later, the company faced a crisis, a major project at risk of collapse. Investors threatened to pull out. Employees were panicking. Ethan took the lead, rallying the team, staying up nights, even sacrificing his weekends with Lila. When the deal finally closed successfully, Amelia gathered everyone for an announcement. "As of today," she said, voice trembling with pride, "I am stepping down as CEO. Effective immediately, the position will be filled by the man who reminded us all what leadership truly means." She turned toward him. "Congratulations, Ethan Cole, our new CEO." The room erupted in applause, but Ethan couldn't take his eyes off her. After the crowd dispersed, he walked up to her. "You knew this was coming." She smiled. "I knew you were meant to lead this company. But what I didn't expect was how much you'd lead my heart too." The final scene. A year later, on a warm spring morning, Amelia rolled up to a playground where 2 children were laughing under the swings, Lila and Noah. Ethan joined her, holding 2 cups of coffee. "Déjà vu," he said. "Only this time, no rain, and no stairs to climb." Amelia smiled, tears glistening in her eyes. "Maybe not. But you still carried me, just in a different way." He leaned closer. "You sure about this?" She nodded. He slipped a ring from his pocket. "Then let's make sure we never have to climb alone again." As Lila and Noah cheered in the background, Ethan placed the ring on her finger. The city lights glimmered in the distance, a soft wind carrying the scent of rain like a reminder of how it all began. A single dad. A single mom. A moment of kindness that changed everything. Closing narration. Sometimes the smallest act, a helping hand on a rainy morning, can rewrite the story of two broken hearts. Because love doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes, it comes with a wheelchair, a coffee cup, and a promise that no one has to climb the stairs alone ever again. The end.